everybody. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at episode 10 of Jukebox From Hell, Season 1. I'm telling you, you guys out there, I love you guys. You've done so well in the responses and the requests and the emails and personal messages. And I won't mention the band member, but I had a minor communication with one of the tubes even from my episode 9 Love Bomb episode. I just simply want to reach out and say thank you for mentioning what you mentioned. So this is the end of Season 1 of Jukebox From Hell. We will start Season 2 up in a few weeks. I will show you what's coming up for that soon. Let's dig right into the meat and the bones here on this one, alright? We're talking about Kiss's music from the Elder. That's right. This was Kiss's 9th studio album, and by the way, all the research today comes from a lot of various points. Yes, we're going to Kiss's official website. We've gone to a couple Kiss online groups and forums. We've gone through AllMusic. We went through Wikipedia. We've gone through a bunch of multiple sources in regards to this. Also, in the comments of the video will be a video bonus, that's right, having to do with this album. So when you're looking at the video, look in the comments and you'll have that added extra, about 12-minute long video bonus attached to it too. Because Psyko loves you, that's why. And I'm a big Kiss fan and I care. Yeah. Alright. So, Kiss's The Elder, 9th studio album, was released November 1981. It was the first album with that awesome drummer Eric Carr, that's right. Because Unmasked and Dynasty, 90% of Dynasty, had Anton Fig, who was another great drummer too. Also, this would be the last studio album with Ace really until Psycho Circus in 98. This was recorded March to September of 81. Bob Ezrin produced this now. He produced Destroyer in 1976 for the band, and he also produced previously for Alice Cooper and Pink Floyd and others. So they brought Ezrin back on board. Now, unfortunately, this did lousy in the US and the UK. Only got to number 75 in the US, 51 in the UK. Single World Without Heroes only got to number 56 in the US, 55 in the UK. But get this, huge in Australia, almost top 10. That's because when Kiss went down in 1980 for the Unmasked tour, it was like a secondary wave of Beatlemania, if you will, down in Australia for Kiss. Kiss in Australia, huge fan base. And so, like I said, I think it got to like a number 11 or number 12 in Australia. So their last album that I brought up here was Unmasked from May of 1980. The Elder concept started with a short story that was created by Gene Simmons for a soundtrack to a potential movie. Now, Gene and Paul Stanley and Bill Aucoin, Kiss's manager, thought that maybe Bob Ezrin could help bring their ideas to reality for and through this record. Sessions started at Ace Frehley's home in Connecticut, but ended up in Ezrin's Canadian farmland studios near Toronto. Now, Ace didn't go with them to Canada for several reasons, including he wasn't in agreement with the band and how that they changed from the original straight-ahead rock album that they were going to do in this time frame. It was even mentioned in the Kiss Army newsletters that they were going to go for a straight-ahead rock and roll album due to Unmasked being, well, not really that great, honestly. Stuff was cut out in the recording of the making of this album. Some of Ace's guitar solos, along with narration between some of the songs, which would have helped explain some of the concept album. Some people have called this Prog Kiss? I don't know if I'd go that far, but I could see where they're going on this. So let's go track by track on this, shall we? So number 1, Fanfare. Starts out sounding like something you'd hear in a TV movie. That's the best explanation I can come up with on that one. We go right into track 2, Just a Boy. Paul sung explaining how this boy isn't a hero. He's just a boy. Or so that boy thinks. We go next into track 3, Odyssey. A Paul song in slight operatic tones about a journey placed in past, present, and future. It's okay. Track 4, Only You. Gene sung this one, a song about the chosen one, the only one. And Paul sings in the back half of it. I really dig this one, although in this one I think Paul should have been a little less, if not on that track at all. Then we get to track 5, Under the Rose. Beautiful rock ballad with chant-like harmonies. Will you sacrifice? Do you take the oath? Will you live your life under the rose? Which then gets us to track 6, Dark Light. Now look, this is what I wrote. Look, this is my fave track off of this album, that's right. Does it make it extra cool? It's Ace. You betcha. More cowbell, damn it, that's what I say. Eric Carr on congas, by the way. We go into the next track, track 7, A World Without Heroes. I love this Gene sung track, which was also co-written by Lou Reed. That had to have been an interesting fly-on-the-wall experience. I remember the video, but unrealistic. A demon would not shed a tear at the end. That's what I wrote. That's it. Alright. Track 8, The Oath. Paul sung and gets the blood pumping in this rocker. Seriously. I put this in my top 5 Paul sung Kiss songs. I really do. Truth, this should have been the single. Now, little side note, co-written by songwriter/actor Terry Powers. He wrote or co-wrote the Keith hit 98.6 from 1968, and he also co-wrote Where the Banana Splits. So now if you're ever in a bar, you can have one of those bar bets that's like, hey, did you know that the banana splits and Kiss are connected? That's your little proof right there, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, track 9, Mr. Blackwell. I love the bass parts on this song, but that's it. Sorry, never was a big fan of this track. 10, Escape from the Island. Nice blood pumper here. Have I said how I love the guitar and drum sounds on this whole album? Well, now I have. It's true. I do love the whole instrumentation on this. And then we finish off with track 11, I used to hate this song. I really, really did. But I like it now. And I do get what the message is, which of course ends in, I believe in me. And that's how we end this. I'll tell you a quick little story about this too. It took me a while to actually, and I've been a Kiss fan since about 1975, 76. I bought that album brand new, and when I put it on the turntable, I bought it the first week it came out. I did. And I had that what the hell moment, this 14-year-old kid. And it took a while, but I love this damn album. I really, really do. Some people go off and say, well, it's not a great Kiss album. I don't know. You might be right. But it is a really damn good album nevertheless. It really is. So afterwards, due to the backlash from the album, the band would do an about-face and do that straight-ahead rock album, Creatures of the Night. Ace isn't on the record, but he's shown on the cover and does make promo appearances for it. But before they can get to that point, Kiss Killers, which came out in early '82, would be in between Elder and Creatures, would be released. Ace isn't on this either. He's on the cover though. Phonogram, which was the parent company of Casablanca, they requested that Kiss record 4 new songs for this attempted a greatest hits package. Ace isn't on any of these though. Bob Kulick is instead. And Bob Kulick's history, if you will, goes all the way back to the studio side of Kiss Alive 2. And when he did his studio work for that as well. And he's on guitar, and he also was a guitarist, by the way, in the band Balance on Portrait Records. Seek out that band too. And I wrote here at the end, truth, I really wish this was fleshed out back then. I could honestly see this being done as a cartoon. Now I know you're like, what? But the whole concept of the Elder, fleshed out in a cartoon, maybe Kiss goes in and out of the cartoon, maybe they don't. Maybe you just hear the songs. But I could see the production company of, remember the late 70s Lord of the Rings cartoons that were done? I think by Warner Brothers, if I'm right. I could be wrong on this. But I think that kind of a style of animation could have been done for this, what appears to be maybe a medieval epic tale. I don't know. But like I said, go, you know what, Kiss fan or not, seek out music from the Elder. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It grows on you. It really, really does, even if it does take decades like it did for me. So I know you're asking yourself, and even if you're not, you're going to get it anyway. What is going to be episode 11, aka the first episode of season 2? We're going to go back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, in this case, only a year forward from music from the Elder. We're going to go to 1982. This gentleman here, this would be his final solo album for 5 years. He would not do another one of these. I know some of you people were like, oh no, you picked on Ringo. Well, we're not necessarily picking on George, but we're going to explore the 1982 album on Dark Horse Records, Gone Troppo. Next time, in a few weeks from now, on the new season of Jukebox From Hell. And you know what, guys? Thanks for watching on all of this. If you've got any suggestions for future Jukebox From Hells, put them in the comments, please. We already got about 3/4 of season 2 mapped out already, but there's always room to move things around. I really love doing these videos. Yeah, even I learned some things. We all get to play musical detective, and I don't think there's really anything wrong with that. So, you know what? Go find this, go crank that up, and you guys take care of yourselves. God bless, rock on, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, always powered by coffee, each and every time. That is a promise to you. Take care.